Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of My Fiber Fun. Yeah, I'm back. You guys, okay, came back because I had to make a change once again. I'm forever frogging and all that stuff. So remember, I was using this Noro, one of the extra Hanks, or not Hanks, extra barrels of it to make. I said I was going to make the market bag, the round market bag with it. This one, and I don't know why. Now the other two that I had left over, and the one that I used to make my blanket with, that yarn is thicker. I mean, it has some thin spots in it because that's the Noro way. You know, they do the thick, thin, but for the most part, that yarn is thicker, at least a 4-ply. In some cases, it goes to 5 weight, and then, it might thin out to maybe a 3 at the least. This, all the way through, is, I would say, a 2 weight. And it might, some of the nubs go up maybe to a 3, but it's nowhere near a 4. So when I started on the market bag, I got quite a ways with it because I wanted a bigger bag, a larger one. And I had gotten quite a ways with it. I was maybe 20 rows in, and I still had plenty left, so it was going to be enough probably to do 2 bags. But it was so thin that I said, this isn't going to work because it's soft for one thing, because Noro, this is 50%, it's 40 silk, 40 cotton, and then 20% polyamide for strength. But it's still, it's stretched because I put a few things in. I put some more yarn in it to see how it would stretch. And I said anything from the market with that bag was going to stretch it so far, it probably would not have served well as a market bag. So I frogged it. Ribbit, ribbit. So anyway, I said, what can I do with it? I said, it's not enough to make a shawl with. It's not enough to really make anything, with big. And I thought, hey, I can make a scarf. So then I played around with a lot of different stitches, of course. I didn't like the stitches for regular scarves that are with the stitches close together. And you all know that I love mesh. I think mesh and granny, the mesh and granny stitches are my 2 favorite stitches because, first of all, they work up fast and I just like them. They're classic stitches. So I said, I can make a scarf. And when it was over and done with, first I was going to make a little shawl. I was going to make it in the triangular shape like that one that I'm going to show you in a few minutes that I'm working on. First, I was going to do that and just make it smaller, and then it could have been a triangular scarf. So when I started with that, it was going so fast, and I couldn't really gauge, because I want to use that whole skein. I want to run it until it's just about gone, and it leaves just enough for me to do a border. And so with the triangular, I had chained 200, and it was working up so fast, and I needed more chains, but I didn't know exactly how many. So I was like, I'm not going to fool with this because I don't want to get it partially done and then realize I have to frog it or add more, which is what I was needing to do anyway with the 200. I could have added probably another 100, but I didn't want it big either. I only wanted it to be a standard size. So I was like, well, let me just go with the straight, the rectangular, like what the She-Devil posted. And so instead of chaining 3 in between, I'm chaining 4 in between. And I kept it with the 200 stitches, the exact same amount, so I wouldn't have to start over. This is doubled. And so I think this is a decent size, and it's going to be oblong, and it will be able to wrap around, because that's all I want it for. It's going to be like not to keep me warm or anything. It's just going to be a dressy scarf. So I can wrap it around if I want to. I think it'll be enough yarn for me to get it wide enough to where if I want to put it over my head, I can still do all those things with it. And I'm going to just use it. And it's so thin, I can wear it now, although it's more of a fall type color. But I mean, it's some burgundies in there. All the colors in this are dark. So, you know, I have a little lavender that and then the yellow. So, but it looks more fallish. So that's what I'm gonna do with this, because it was gonna be a fall scarf anyway. So, or I mean, it was gonna be for the fall anyway. So here it is. So I'm working on it. I'm currently on row 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2. I'm currently on row 3. This is gonna work up fast. I'll be done with this probably by either tonight or tomorrow sometime. And I like it. I love the drape on it. I like how it feels. It's gonna be excellent. So I'm glad that I finally got that figured out. So before we get to the next subject or the next thing, all crochet, let me show you the shawl from the yarn, from my favorite yarn. And so I'm right around row 15. I thought I had gotten a little bit further, but I didn't. And this is going to be triangular. And then what I'm doing is, as you can see, it's starting to form into a triangular shape. You decrease each time you get to your end. So I had actually chained closer to 300 on this, but each row you're increasing by 2. I mean, decreasing by 2. So it's not, remember it was so long the other day, it's still going to be long. You know, as you can see, we stretch from sea to shining sea with this. So it's still going to be longer than that last one, because remember I said it wasn't long enough and I had all that yarn left over. And so anyway, but I love how this one is working up. It's doing exactly what I liked. See how it drapes? And this is just, you know, with 15 rows. My goodness, I think it looks good. And then, you know, let's see. Can't snoot it yet, but hold on. I got it. Hold on. Okay, if I were to snoot it, okay, think of that as a snood. I've got it poured all the way up. And then, you know, once it's big enough, and it's going to be very wide. And see, once it's big enough, it'll come all the way around. I can cover, you know, my face, my nose. I can cover everything. And see how it drapes? And then, you know, you have your point over here. And then you have your other side like this. And yeah, I mean, it's just so much I'm going to be able to do with it. I know this looks silly right now, but I mean, this gives you an idea. And look at, good God. Ooh, look at how that looks, y'all. Ooh, it's going to be absolutely stunning to me. You know, even like that. I mean, it's just so much I'm going to be able to do with this. In fact, I should take it down and make it, because I might run out of yarn. Now, this one I want big, but I mean, even... hey, I will frog this if I end up with, you know, once I get down to the end of it, because you just crochet until you get down to 1. And so I still have many rows to go. I counted. I still have, I think, 60 rows to go on this. Still have 60 more before it's over and done. So if there's yarn left over, you know, I'm going to look at it, try to gauge it. And if I have to add more rows, I will. Or I may, no, I don't want to give this a wide border. No more than 2 rows for the border, because I want it to sling and fling. If I make the border too wide, it's not going to have that effect. Because, yeah, but I'm loving this, y'all. As you can see, I got carried away. Now, on to the surprise, and this is the main reason why I came on. Now my little wig is messed up. And speaking of which, y'all know I got another wig just like this, because once I bought this and liked it so much, I went back and got another one. But I'm saving that for the 4th of July weekend when I go on my trip for the family reunion. But I have another wig which is a little shorter, and it's a curly Q wig. I'm getting ready to switch over to that, because this one I think is getting to the point where it's about done, okay? So, and then I can order another one of these. He gave me not the card, but the little flyer to it. And so, because the wig shop, I had bought the last one of this particular wig with the gray, He had it in other colors, but, I wanted the gray. And so anyway, or the partial gray, so to speak. And so, and everyone's like, you should get blind. You should get this. I'm not trying to look 20. I want to look my age. So, I'm not trying to look 80 either, but, because I could have got solid gray, but I don't want to look no younger than what I am. I'm not trying to. I want to age gracefully. But anyway, so I'll be ordering, a few more of these. I have the flyer to it. I know exactly where to order it from. I'll have to pay more, but I think it's a nice enough wig to where I can do that and keep this as a style or a backup style. So look for a change in the next few days. Okay, so here's the reason why, my main reason for coming on. I was going through my closet yesterday because I had to go to a political event for one of my friends who's running for mayor. And so he had a big event, so of course I had to dress up for it. And so anyway, and I'll use that as my thumbnail. But anyway, wait, did I take a picture of myself? Nope. But I did have on an outfit that I had on like a week ago. and I wore that same outfit, so I might still use it as a thumbnail so you'll know how I dressed for the occasion. But anyway, that is if I don't chicken out. But anyway, while I was looking through my closet, because I knew I wasn't sure what I was going to wear, but I decided on that outfit, the same outfit I wore for something else like a week ago. I ended up going with that instead of a brand new outfit, because I had bought a new wardrobe a few months ago and I haven't worn everything yet. And I just didn't want to pull out anything new just yet. And so I just went with something that I'd already worn that was fairly new, that was bought when I updated my wardrobe. But anyway, while I was going through the closet, I was looking at my bags because I had some bags there, but they had crocheted bags in them. I was like, let me go through these bags and see, what I have here, because if any of them were market bags or whatever. And I did find a market bag. And look, you guys, I forgot that I made this about 7 or 8 years ago. And you can tell by how worn it is. This was actually my first mesh bag that I ever made. And I made it big and everything. It's full of yarn right now. But anyway, it's a market bag. So I'm like, okay, I can use this. And it was my first watermelon bag. It doesn't look like a watermelon. But I am getting ready to make another one because I found a skein of that dark green that I used for that other watermelon bag. And I found some pink. I can either go with the pink or I can go with the red. Because, watermelon meat, extra sweet meat can be red. So I might go with the red just to add some life to it and put some quirk in it. And then, of course, I'll do the seeds. And I'm going to make it in the mesh, the mesh shape. So, but I found pink. Then I found this green, so I said I would use this. I could use this too as part of it, and of course the white, so I can use two-tone green like I did with that other bag, the dark and the lighter green. And this is Big Twist. You know what? I didn't think I'd ever bought Big Twist yarn, but obviously I did, and it's the cotton. And I believe because it was cheaper, that's probably why I bought this. So I had bought this probably within the past couple of years and just kept it. And even the pink, Big Twist. And I had quite a bit of it too. Because and I don't know what I was planning on making with this Big Twist yarn, but as you can see, it is, green. And I have a few more balls of this pink. I didn't bring it all out. Then this was some Hobby Lobby yarn. It's also green. I just brought that out. And Hobby Lobby is about 25 miles from me, but I forgot. A couple of Christmases ago, I would say, oh, here's some more pink. I did bring some more out of the Big Twist. A couple of Christmases ago, it might have been maybe 3. It was, let's see, my mom, this will be, she passed 4 years ago. July will be 5 years. She bought it before my mom passed. So I've had this yarn right here from Hobby Lobby for at least 6 years. And my niece actually bought it for me. It was a Christmas gift. She had given me a Joann's, because every year she would always give me a Joann's gift card for Christmas. And then she would always, if she happened to go to the yarn store, she would get me yarn. So she had purchased me this yarn bee, and then and she got quite a bit of it. She got different colors of it, and she had told me it was on sale, so she picked it up for me. She gave me the Joann gift card because she knew that's where I shopped mostly. And then she also bought me some scrubby yarn. You can't find it anymore, but I forget who the scrubby yarn is for, but I have a lot of it. In fact, I have some right over here, but I'm not getting ready to go through that tub to get to it. But it's that scratchy, scrubby stuff. So she had bought me a lot of that too. So anyway, I have this, and then I also found, now I'm undecided, and then this is the white for the watermelon. I'm undecided. I know it's going to be enough green left, but I'm undecided if I want to use this darker green with this yellow. I want to make a green and yellow bag. Or should I just use, I don't want to use the lighter green and yellow. I don't think that looks as good. I think it looks better with the darker. Or do I want to go with this one, the medium tone big twist yellow, green yarn to go with the yellow. I may do that because I definitely want another watermelon bag, and I want it to be a little bigger than, well, not bigger than this. It'll probably be the same size as this, but I think I want to go with the darker green. So, but anyway, I was just shocked that I found that because I have, two big giant bags of cotton yarn, cotton scrap yarn that I could make plenty of bags with, and I had no idea that I had put this yarn that's here in this bag, and it was hanging up in my closet. It was on a hanger. I had this and a Canadian bag that my friend from Canada had purchased me, and another bag, and all of them were on the same hanger and just hanging in the closet, and it was like on the other side of my clothing. So it's just something that you don't see right away. You have to move things around before I would have gotten to this. So when I got to that and I was like, what's in this bag? And when I looked, I was like, whoa, yarn. So I just brought it out because I will be working with this soon because it is market bag season. So like I said, I'll be working, I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'm gonna get that one market bag that I want to get done. Well, no, this was gonna be it. So I'm going to get this done. I'll probably finish this either tonight or tomorrow. Then I'll probably do the watermelon market bag, because that other bag isn't considered a market bag. I'm just using that to carry my stuff in. So I switched over from this. This is the bag I was using when I go out. Instead of a purse, I just use my bag. This is the bag I was using. So I can retire this for a little while. It needs to be washed up and all that. So I'll get it spruced up over the summer. And then I have some more too like that. I'm going to just, deal with that watermelon. So when I'm at the market, although I'll have my watermelon bag for my regular bag, I can have a watermelon bag for the market, when I go to the farmer's market and everything. Yep. And this one has a wider strap too, and longer, as you can see. So I made this one totally different. And this was my first one. And I think I followed the pattern for this one. And you will see also, well, the bottom looks the same. That's how I did the bottom. It looks like a flower. And then I started with the mesh and everything. And I know this has more rows. And I did some increasing up, like right in the middle to make it wider. So, yep. So that's it, you guys. So other than that, that's it. So I'm cooking now. I'm making I made a meatloaf. It's in the oven. I need to go check on that. And what else? So like I said, I'll be just relaxing the rest of the day. I took another vertigo pill, although I didn't have any vertigo. I just decided to take a pill, just to make sure it's knocked out for good. And so far, so good. But it still has me sleepy and loopy. But it's starting to wear off now. It's been a couple of days since I took the last pill. I had fun at my event on yesterday. And I went to the grocery store, and that was it. Only thing is I have to go to the store tomorrow to pick up a water hose that I forgot to get on Friday. But other than that, everything is going well. So I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. It's a beautiful day today. I don't have on my glasses because the sun is still early in the afternoon, so the sun hasn't hit in here yet, as you can see by the lighting. But by 6 o'clock, I'll have on the sunglasses. Actually, I don't need to now because, my eyes, I've been cleared from the surgery. But I did it, but I just kind of got into the habit of doing that. But I really don't need to, unless the sun is bothering my eyes or whatever. Okay, I'm rambling now. But I will talk to you guys later because we're at 20 minutes. And may God bless you all. Have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week. I'll be back in a few days as soon as I finish one of these projects. We'll see what's going to be first. Will I go on and finish this one, which I probably will, but if it goes over 2 days, I'm gonna stop because this is for the fall and I want to get that market bag done because farmers market season is now. And I'm getting ready to get the garden started and stuff, and I know I'll be going to the farmers market real soon here, probably within the next week or so. So I want to make sure I have my new farmers markets bags ready and set to go. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.